Good morning, everyone, and welcome to AM Flow. This is a get up out of bed, straight into some movement flow. I invite everyone to tune into their bodies, tune into their minds, and tune into their souls. Begin in a cross-legged seated posture, Sukhasana. And begin to focus on your breath. Root down your tailbone, lengthen your spine, and draw the shoulders down away from your ears. Extend your arms and rest your hands gently on your knees. And bring your index finger to touch your middle finger, your index finger to touch your thumb in Sandhi. Focus on rubbing the index finger with the thumb, creating friction, creating heat, creating energy. Even out your breath. Through the nose, inhale. Pause and exhale. At this moment, I invite you to set some intentions for today's practice. We all have our reasons for being on the mat today, but the important thing is that we made it to the mat today. Remind yourself of your intentions or dedications throughout the practice. Make sure you're staying focused on the task at hand. Take a deep inhale in and extend the arms above head. Exhale, bring the hands together at heart center. And after a nice deep inhale, let's activate that throat chakra with a nice collective Om from wherever you may be sitting. Take a deep inhale. Make your way onto all fours and prepare for a tabletop as I adjust the music a bit. Give me 1 second. See if there's anybody on the chat today. Nobody. Let's make our way onto all fours as we prepare for a tabletop posture. Dial the hands outward, fingertips spread wide. Index fingers pointed directly forward, parallel with each other and parallel with the outer edges of the mat. Shoulders are stacked over the elbows. Elbows are stacked over the wrists. Elbows are rotated outward so that the eye of the elbow is pointed forward. Micro bend in the elbows. Knees are stacked underneath the hips at hip width distance, and the tops of your feet are pressed against the mat. Your belly is pressed against your spine, and your tailbone is tucked underneath for a tabletop posture. Draw the shoulders away from your ears and look at a singular point on the mat. On an inhale, drop your belly, shift your gaze forward, and let your tailbone shine for a cow pose. Exhale, press against the mat, around the spine. Shift your gaze towards your navel for a cat pose. Inhale, drop the belly. Raise the gaze forward and let the bum shine for a cow pose. Smiling in this cow pose. Exhale. Press against the mat. Let your head hang for an angry cat. Inhale, happy cow. Exhale, hungry cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Make your way back into a tabletop pose. And move your body clockwise in a circular motion, warming up the spine. Pause at the top. Counterclockwise rotation. Pause at the top. And on an inhale, extend the left arm forward and the right leg back, keeping the right foot flexed. Exhale, compress. Bring the left elbow to the right knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, compress. Left elbow to right knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, back to tabletop. Inhale, extend the right arm forward and the left leg back, maintaining the left foot flexed. Exhale, compress. Right elbow, left knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, compress. Inhale, extend. Exhale. Return to tabletop. Inhale, one more cow. Exhale, one more cat. Inhale, back to tabletop. And on an exhale, drop the left shoulder to the mat and extend the left arm over to the right side behind your right hand. Shift your right palm to the top right corner of the mat. And your gaze is under your right armpit. Shift your right palm back in front of your face. Press down to rise up into a tabletop. Exhale, drop the right shoulder to the mat, and extend the right arm over to the left side. Shift your left palm over to the top left corner of the mat. And your gaze is over to your left armpit. Shift your palm back in front of your face. Press down to rise up. Shift your hands slightly forward. Make your way into a child's pose. Extending your arms and shifting your weight back onto your heels. Resting your forehead gently on the mat for child's pose. This pose is always available if your posture seems like it's not part of your practice today. It just doesn't feel right. Always feel free to make your way into a child's pose. Shift your weight back forward, curl your toes, press your hips up, back for a downward facing dog. Lengthy spine, shoulders drawn away from the ears, your head is hanging. Since it's the first downward facing dog of the day, feel free to walk it out, extending one leg and bending the other, vice versa. Slowly begin to inch your hands back to meet your toes, bend your spine, bend your knees around your spine, and slowly articulate up, vertebra by vertebra. Rolling your shoulders at the top. Take a step forward, a powerful step. And take another one, a progressive step. Another meaningful step, another conscious step, and you'll start to feel the energy rise up through your foot. Once you reach the top of the mat, establish Parabanda, which is rooting down on the four corners of your feet with your toes soft. Big toes together, heels slightly spread apart. Or option to have your feet at hip width distance with the outer edges parallel with the outer edges of the mat. Make your way into a mountain pose, rooting down on those feet, activating the legs, micro bend in the knees, tailbone tucked underneath for a lengthy spine, navel pressed against the spine. Draw the shoulders down away from the ears, palms facing forward, chin parallel to the earth. Ujjayi breath. Dialing in that victory breath as we actively align our bodies, actively align our bones with our muscles. Inhale, extend the arms above head for an extended mountain pose. Imagine a ball of energy being harnessed by your hands and your fingertips. Everything active. Exhale, hinging at the hip. Swan dive forward. Option to sway a little, wiggle this one out a bit. Inhale, hands on the shins. Lengthy neck with the shoulders drawn away from it. Creating an L with your body, searching for a micro bend in the upper back. Exhale, hands on the mat. Step the left foot back. Step the right foot back for a plank pose. Tailbone tucked underneath. Navel pressed against the spine. Exhale, bending at the elbows. Lower yourself halfway down to a chaturanga. And on an inhale, roll over those toes, extending the arms for upward facing dog. Exhale, drop the knees, curl the toes, and press the hips up and back for downward facing dog. Drawing the heels, bending those heels towards the earth. Ujjayi breath, active recovery. Inhale, extend the left leg, and bring that left foot between both hands. Drop the right heel, right toes pointed towards the top right corner of the mat. Keep the hips neutral. Rise up for a warrior one. Drop the right hand to the mat. Drop the hands to the mat. And step the left foot back. And exhale, lower yourself halfway down to a chaturanga. Inhale, roll over the toes. Upward facing dog. Exhale, drop the knees, curl the toes. And press the hips up and back for a downward facing dog. Inhale, extend the right leg and bring that right foot between both hands. Drop the left heel. Toes are pointed towards the top left corner of the mat. Raise up for a warrior one. Exhale, hands on the mat. Step the right foot back. Lower yourself halfway down to chaturanga. Inhale, roll over the toes for upward facing dog. Exhale, drop the knees, curl the toes. Press the hips up and back for another downward facing dog. At the bottom of your next exhale, bend your knees, shift your gaze forward, and lightly step or float to the front of the mat. Inhale, fingertips on the shins. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Bend the knees, drop the bum around the spine, and articulate up vertebra by vertebra. Back to mountain pose. Movement is medicine, and the breathing is the tool. Inhale, extend the arms above head. Extended mountain pose. Exhale, hinging at the hips. Fold forward for one more hang. Grab the elbows. Swing side to side. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Bend the knees on the spine. And again, back into a Tadasana. On an inhale, bend the knees, drop the bum, and raise the arms up for a chair pose. Toes are nice and soft. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands on the mat. This time you're going to Lightly step back or float into a chaturanga. Inhale. Roll up into an upward facing dog. Exhale, drop the knees, curl the toes, and press the hips up and back for another downward facing dog. Inhale. Extend the left leg and bring that left foot through both hands. Drop the right heel. Right toes are pointed towards the top right corner of the mat. Maintaining the left knee bent at 90 degrees. Rainbow the arms up for a warrior two. Right knee bent at with a micro bend, rooting down on the outer edge of the right foot. Left knee bent at 90 degrees. Arms extended out to the side. Gaze is over to your left middle finger. Ujjayi breath. Exhale, drop the left elbow onto the left eye and reach over the top of your body with your right hand, shifting your gaze over to your right middle finger. Ujjayi breath. Inhale, rainbow the arms back into reverse warrior. Right palm resting gently on that right hamstring. Left hand reaching over the top of the body, gazing over to your left middle finger. Inhale, back to warrior two. Inhale, extend the left leg. Heel toe the right foot closer to the left, shortening the distance. And as you reach forward with your left hand, reach back with your right hip. You prepare for a triangle pose. Drop that left hand to the left ankle and reach up with the right hand high towards the sky for a triangle pose. Inhale, rise up. Place your hands on your hips. Rotate the right foot inward. Your feet are on train tracks. Your hips are neutral. Hinging at the hips. Fold forward for a pyramid pose. Micro bend in both knees. Shoulders drawn away from the ears. The chest is on your thigh. Now rise up. Step forward. Drop into a mountain pose. Inhale, extend the arms above head. Extended mountain pose. Exhale. Hands together. Heart center. Samastiti. Inhale. Bend the knees. Drop the bum. Raise the arms up for another chair pose. Exhale. Fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands on the mat. Float back into a chaturanga. Inhale. Upward facing dog. Exhale, drop the knees. Curl the toes and press the hips up and back. Now extend the right leg and bring that right foot between both hands. Lower the left heel to the mat. Left toes pointing towards the left side of the mat. Rainbow the arms up into a warrior two. Right knee bent at 90 degrees. Micro bend in the left knee. Gazes over to your right middle finger. You're not too far forward. You're not too far back. You're nice and centered with your torso. Exhale, drop the right elbow onto the right thigh and reach over the top of your body with the left hand. Gazes over to your left middle finger. Inhale, ramble the arms back into reverse warrior. Resting the left hand gently on your left hamstring and reaching over the top of your body with your right hand. Right knee remains at 90 degrees. Inhale back into warrior two. Inhale, extend the right leg. Heel toe the left foot closer to the right, shortening the distance. Preparing for a triangle pose. Reach forward with your right hand as you reach back with your left hip. And drop that right hand down to the right ankle. And extend the left hand up to the sky for a triangle pose. Rise up. Place your hands on your hips. And rotate that left foot inward. 90 degrees. Feet are on train tracks. Pointed forward. Hips are neutral. Hinge forward for a pyramid pose. Rise up and step forward. Inhale, extend the arms above head. Exhale, bring the hands together. Heart center, Samastiti. Shift your weight onto the left foot, rooting on the four corners of the left foot with the left toe soft as your right foot levitates off the ground, maintaining the right leg extended. Hinge forward as you drive that right leg back, preparing for a warrior three. Searching for a micro bend in the upper back. Hips neutral, gazing at a singular point on the ground. Arms extended above head. Drop down the right toes for a runner's lunge. Straighten out your torso. Drop the right knee just a bit. So you're in a crescent pose. Exhale, drop the right palm to the mat inside of your right foot. And extend the left arm up to the sky. Avoid allowing that left knee to splay. Exhale. Bring the left hand back down. Drop the right knee. Shift your weight backwards onto your right heel, extending your left leg. Inhale, shift it forward. Onto that left knee. Exhale, extend the left leg. Shift your weight onto your right heel. Inhale. Bring it forward. Raise the knee. Make your way back into a runner's lunge. And step forward. Back into mountain pose. Inhale, extend the arms above head. Extend to the mountain pose. Exhale. Hands together at heart center. Samastiti. Shift the weight onto your right foot. Rooting down on the four corners of the right foot. Lift that left foot off the ground. And with the left leg extended, left foot flexed, and hips neutral, hinge forward. Make your way into a warrior three. Extend the arms if it's part of your practice, and then drop the left toes onto the mat for a runner's lunge. Make your way into a crescent pose, dropping the left knee but not all the way towards the ground. Exhale, left palm to the left side of your right foot. Extend that right palm up to the sky. Exhale, both palms on the ground. Drop the left knee. Shift your weight onto that left heel. Extending that right leg. Inhale, shift the weight forward. Exhale, shift the weight back. Inhale, shift the weight forward. The knee off the ground. Runner's lunge. Inhale, step forward. Back into a mountain pose. Inhale, extend the arms above head. Extended mountain pose. Exhale, hands together at heart center. Heel toe your feet outward so that the outer edges are parallel with the outer edges of the mat. And on an exhale, bend the knees, drop the bum, and bring the elbows inside of the knees. And press those knees out with your elbows. And press those elbows in with the knees. Drawing your shoulders down away from the ears and letting your heart shine. Alasana. Rock back onto your bum and roll onto your back. And then sit up with your legs extended in front of you for a staff pose. Shoulders drawn away from the ears. Creating an L with your body. Bend the left knee, grab the left foot, bring it over the top of your right leg. Take that left hand to the back left corner of the mat and hook your right elbow outside your left thigh. Twisting over to the left, shift your gaze over to the left shoulder. Exhale, release. Interlace, bring both hands back. Extend the left leg. Bend the right knee. Bring that right foot over the left. Take that right palm back to the back right corner of the mat. Left elbow outside the right thigh. Twist over to the right. Shifting your gaze over towards the right shoulder. Exhale, release the interlace. Bring the foot across. Extend the left foot. Lower yourself down. Lying supine on the mat. And on an inhale, make a V with your body, keeping your legs extended and your feet pointed and the palms facing the sky. For a dolphin pose for 5, toes pointed for 4, lengthy spine for 3, breathing for 2, smiling for 1. Release back down to the mat. Inhale, another dolphin pose. Shoulders run away from the ears for 5, pointed toes for 4, lengthy spine for 3, steady breathing for 2, and you're smiling for 1. Exhale, release. Inhale. Bring the knees to your chest, interlace the fingers, and hug the knees into your chest, keeping the tailbone rooted. So release the interlace, drop the feet down, with your heels near your bum. Preparing for a bridge pose, keeping the knees pointed forward. Press down on your feet to raise your hips up. Bring your shoulders underneath your back. Interlace your fingers and root down on your arms from pinky to shoulder, dropping your chin to your sternum for a bridge pose. Exhale, release the interlace, remove the shoulders, raise the heels, and slowly lower your back down to the mat, starting at the upper back, then the middle back, and the lower back. Inhale, bring the knees to your chest. One more hug. Spread open those thighs and bring the elbows inside the knees. Grasp the outer edges of your feet and make your way into a happy baby. With the tailbone rooted, pressing those feet into your hands, pulling on those feet with your hands. Option to rock side to side. Massage the lower back muscles. So release the feet, extend the legs, point the toes and extend the arms above head. And make yourself as lengthy as possible. And bring the arms down to the side. And just melt onto your mat in a shavasana. Hands falling as they may. Feet fall as they may. And just a conscious numbness as you melt onto the mat. Like wax melts onto a surfboard. At this point, remind yourself of your intentions. And ask yourself if you honored them. If you did, it's growth. If you didn't, it's an opportunity for growth. At this moment, your prana is flowing. Blood, oxygen, it's all flowing to where it needs to go right now. And just let your body do its thing as you relax, normalize your breathing. Slowly begin to wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes. Circle the wrists, circle the ankles. Breathe life back into those legs, flexing those legs. Come on. Your arms. And inhale, raise the thighs up, with the knees bent at 90 degrees. Extend the left arm above head and fall over to the left side. Gently resting your head on the left bicep in this fetal position. In this caterpillar in a cocoon pose. In this pose where you're about to be reborn as a butterfly who's just experienced Metamorphosis. Bring your right palm down in front of your face, keeping your eyes closed. Press down to rise up back into a Sukhasana, cross-legged seated posture. And how does this Sukhasana feel compared to the first one of the practice? It should feel different. It should feel easier and more comfortable. Slowly shutter open the windows of your eyes as you tap back into reality. You tap back into the universe. Deep inhale in as you extend your arms above head. Exhale, bring the hands together at heart center. Before I let you go, I want to activate that throat chakra one more time so you can go and express yourself and show love to everyone you come across. So one more deep inhale and then a collective Om. Namaste, and thank you for letting me guide your practice today. It's truly been a pleasure.